Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and guess what time it is? It's Sex in the City time. We're going to talk about Sex in the City again. Again, that's right. Again, I'm going to get through every goddamn episode, no matter what. All right, I made that promise to myself. I'm going to review every single episode. Go back in time, if you will. Now, I have not seen these episodes in a very long time, most of them. So for me to go back to these episodes, I'm remembering things that I remember from back then. Back in the day when those episodes first aired. For a lot of these episodes, that was the last time I watched them was when they first aired. Okay, I might have seen a couple of them afterwards, but for the most part, yeah, I haven't seen too many episodes recently until I started this YouTube channel. Apparently y'all like my reviews, so I'm gonna give it to you straight. That's what I do here. Okay, I don't lie here. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. Okay, from a straight man's point of view. Okay, I always felt that we were not being represented correctly on the show. We were being represented as jokes, as disposable, as idiots, and just that's just not the way that we are. Men are not like that. Okay, we were basically cartoon characters on the show, and this episode I'm going to review today is another good example of that. Okay, but I want to set the record straight because I want y'all to understand, when we're talking about heterosexual relationships, okay, you got to have the voice, you got to have a straight man's voice in there somewhere. Otherwise, guys aren't going to believe it. Now, this show was not targeted towards me. I was not the target audience. Okay, I wasn't the demographic they were appealing to. Okay, this show is for women and for gay guys. So I get it. Okay, so my voice isn't going to be in the show. But the problem that I had was that the show was kind of about straight guys too. I mean, these women had to date somebody, and none of them were gay back then. I think you probably would have pulled in more guy viewers if you'd had some guys really acting like guys on the show, instead of like 1 out of every 36 is a real man. So I didn't buy that, but I did like the show. I thought it was very funny. It was well written. I love the characters. I liked the idea that these four women were all basically all the same woman. They're all Candace Bushel, just different aspects of her. So you got a well-rounded woman, and divide them up into four. So I thought that was a good idea, groundbreaking. And a lot of the things that I say on the show, the show wasn't just about relationships. The city was a part of the show. It wasn't just about sex. It was about the city. They're always name dropping shit. They're always on location. They're always talking about the stores they go to, the shoes they wear. Manolo Blahniks. Barney's. The Hamptons. They're always name dropping stuff. Places that a New Yorker would know. So for the people that are watching it outside of New York, they were kind of getting introduced to New York, before September 11th. This was all before September 11th. Yeah, I know, long time ago. At least right now, where we're at right now is before September 11th. We're in 1999/2000 right now. These episodes that I'm reviewing. So September 11th is actually right around the corner. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But anyway, okay. So what we're going to talk about today in this episode review that I'm doing is going to be Sex and the City Season 2, Episode 16. The title of the episode is called "Was It Good for You?" Okay, so it starts off with Charlotte having sex with her boyfriend, her new boyfriend. I don't know what the fuck. It doesn't matter what his name is. They're all the same fucking guy. Okay, but apparently his name is Bram, and he's a surgeon. That means he works crazy hours, so he gets really tired. So he's on top of her. He falls asleep while he's on top of her, and Charlotte freaks out. Like, huh? Are you awake? Huh? I was resting my eyes. That's all. Well, her ego is just shot to shit now. How can a guy fall asleep on her when they're having sex? So she's crying to Carrie about, oh my God, you want to sleep on me? Yeah, I'm terrible at sex. And Carrie's like, no, you're not terrible at sex. She's like, I don't want anyone to fall asleep on you when you're having sex. And she's like, no, but I'm sure there's a lot that wanted to. I'm terrible at sex. No, you're not. And then she talks to Samantha later on. Her and Carrie and Samantha are walking down the street. And Samantha's like, of course she sucks in bed. You ever seen her on a Stairmaster? There's nothing going on below the waist. Nada. Nothing. Who wants to? There's nothing below the waist. And Carrie's like, well, why is that important? She's like, why is that important? Who we are in bed is who we are in life. I've never met a man who was bad in bed and good in life. Then why are you single? Why are you single, Sam? Why are you single? Why don't you have a boyfriend? If you've had so many good sexual partners, why didn't you keep any of them? So what are you winning here? What kind of contest do you think you are? You think you're gonna fucking live forever? You think you're going to be young and beautiful? Because already you're in your 40s, so you're not young and that beautiful anymore. And you're not getting better looking as you get older, Samantha. So what the fuck are you trying to say here? You know, you keep talking about how sex is the most important thing, and it is important, I'm not going to lie, you know, and how you're the best at it, because, you know, you got to remind us all the time that you're the best you invented sex. You know, there was no sex before you. You created it, okay? And not only you mastered it. Nobody else ever has. No one else ever had an orgasm unless they were with you, you know? So that's basically Samantha's spiel here. And I'm sorry, you know, maybe if you looked like a porn star, I'd believe it a little bit more. But you don't, Samantha, you don't. Okay? Don't get me wrong, I love Samantha. I think she's great. But, you know, sometimes, you know, when you know, she starts puffing her chest and talking about how great she is, you know, she got to get a little dose of reality, you know? A little humility goes a long way. Okay? So that's going on. She's talking to him because she's never met a man, but, you know. And you know what? As far as Samantha saying that, you know, I never met a man who's bad in bed and good in life, you know, that's subjective, okay? Everyone's got a different idea of what is good. Maybe by Samantha's standards, he's not good at life, okay? But everyone's got different ideas of what a good life is, okay? For some person, a good life might just be getting married and having kids. Another person might be being the CEO of a company. Another person might be going on an African safari. Another person that might be drawing comic books, you know? Another person might be writing romance novels, you know? So everyone's got a different definition of what's great at life. So just because someone is succeeding in their life and you don't see it that way doesn't mean they're not succeeding in their life, okay? So that's a bullshit statement. It's very subjective, okay? Samantha's not the authority on what a good life is, okay? She knows what her idea of a good life is, but her idea of a good life is not everyone's idea of a good life, okay? So that's another bullshit flag right there. I'm surprised Carrie takes her seriously. Okay, so so we got there. And of course, Carrie said, well, how do you know you're so great in bed? And she's like, oh, no one ever fell asleep on me. And by the way, I get affirmations all the time. Like just the other day, my two gay friends, David and David, we're out there having dinner, you know, and they came up to me and they said, you know what? We want to have sex with a woman. We want a three-way. Yes, a three-way. 2 men and 1 guy, 2 gay guys and 1 woman. And Samantha, and Carrie's like, what? But they're gay. Oh, God. Stop using labels. Pretty soon, there's not going to be any gay or straight anymore. These are all social constructs. They don't mean anything. Really? There is a term for a woman who likes to hang out with gay guys. 2 words. And they both rhyme with ag. You figure it out. Okay. So Samantha, no more labels. It's all about sexual expression now. Men and women won't matter. Not in the future. It'll be about sex with individuals, not with genders. It's not going to be about who you sleep with. It's just going to be about whether it's good or bad. Everyone will be pansexual. It's just a matter of time. Really? Everyone's going to be I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, well, you know, I know that's where the media wants you to think society's going. But I think that inherently, no matter what you're indoctrinated in school, and no matter what you're indoctrinated by the people close to you in life, the bottom line is there's this thing called biology, which is not a social construct, okay? And we have chromosomes which determine, you know, our sexes. You know, men have more testosterone than women do, okay? Because we have more testosterone, naturally, we tend to be stronger and more aggressive, okay? And no amount of mind control is going to change that, okay? As long as we have that instinct within us, most men are going to be attracted to women, and that's not going to change. Okay? Same thing with women. You can fight it all you like. You can try to have sex with women as much as you want. You know, you can do all that kind of shit, but the bottom line is most women are still attracted to men. Regardless of what you see on the fucking View or all the fucking feminist lesbian culture that Hollywood's throwing at you, you know, the bottom line is most women are still attracted to men. Okay? That's not going to change. That's not a social construct, okay? You could say it's a choice, okay? But it's innate within us, okay? If men were not attracted to women and we were not attracted to men, there would be no species, okay? And the species, okay, the herd instinct of the species will overcome whatever fucking society tells you you're supposed to believe in this week, okay? So, so no, and as long as that's the case, okay, there's going to be a label for that, okay, for men that are attracted to women and women attracted to men, okay, sexually attracted, okay. There's going to be something is going to come up that's going to define that, that's going to label that as separate from something else, okay, and that's called heterosexuality, okay. So there's no way around it. Nothing you can say, nothing you can do, can make a heterosexual person not be heterosexual, okay. No matter what fucking CNN tells you, okay? No matter what The View tells you, all right? All right? That's just life, okay? That's how life works for our species, for all species, most species, sorry. So, this is a stupid bullshit argument, pansexual, dude. No. There will always be outliers. There will always be those outside of this main thing, okay, and they'll be labeled too, okay, but you don't label the overall thing based on the outliers, okay. All right, there's a median, in mathematics. There's the medium, the mean, the medium, yeah. Okay, anyway, moving right along. So so she decides she's gonna have sex with her gay friends. All right. Now, the thesis of this episode is called, how do you know if you're good in bed? Okay, which is a good question. How do you know if you're good in bed? How do you know? Okay, is it just the orgasm? Is it the compliments? Is it just your own self-esteem telling you? I mean, what is it, all right? So anyway, Carrie gets hit on by some guy. He's throwing out his cigarette butt. He hits her in the arm with a cigarette butt. She screams. They make a little flirtatious joke, okay, about how she's going to sue him for burn, for burning him, a burn lawsuit, And the guy's name is Patrick, and she's attracted to him. He's a good-looking guy, And now here's what I call bullshit. They start talking, they make a light conversation, and then he immediately says, "Hey, can I get you something to drink later on? You want to go out?" She's like, "Well, there's a cappuccino place right around the corner, and we can smoke there. So let's go over there right now." Okay. Now I have seen some people pick up women really quickly. I've never seen anyone bump into a girl, make a date with a girl, and go on the date with the girl within 30 seconds. I've never seen that before until I saw this episode, all right? Bullshit flag number one, right there. Okay, that does not happen, okay? You don't fucking know this guy. He doesn't fucking know you, okay? Just because you're pretty doesn't mean he's going to ask you out, okay? At least not immediately, not right fucking now, Hey, let's go. That tells me that you had nothing going on in your life at this very moment, okay? You're just waiting for someone to hit you with a cigarette butt so you go on a date with them, okay? That's bullshit. That's not how real life works, okay? If I met a girl and I was immediately attracted to her, I'd probably talk to her a little bit longer, not 30 seconds, okay? And then I'll ask her for her contact information, okay? Her phone number, her email, whatever, Facebook, whatever, And then later on, maybe later that day or the next day, I'll ask her out if I feel a vibe with her, But I'm not gonna be like, meet a girl, "Hey, you're pretty. By the way, you want to get some coffee right now? Okay, let's go." Boom. That's not how real life works, all right? That's bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Well, it turns out he's a movie composer. He who gives a shit? They're all the same guy. His name is Patrick, all right? His name is Patrick. All right? It doesn't matter what he fucking does. They're all the same guy on this show, okay? So she says, finally she tells him, "Hey, I'm late. I got to go somewhere," and she's walking away from him. And then she's like, "Well, you know what? How many fucking, guys out there, like to smoke and are good looking?" And I guess there's not any. So she turns around and she's saying, flirts with him. She says, "Hey, for that burn lawsuit, I'm going to need your contact information when my lawyer tries to get a hold of you. So here's my phone number, blah, 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 So they exchange numbers, finally, okay? Well, 3 days later, and he still hasn't called her. So she's stressing out about it. She's at Miranda's place. Miranda bought some new bed sheets. I guess that's a plot point, I know everyone, we're all excited to find out what was going on with Miranda's bed sheets. Now we know she's getting new ones, and they're expensive. What color are they? I don't give a shit. I don't fucking remember. But apparently it's important to Miranda, which means it's important to me. Okay, so of course Miranda always says, "But guys are always making us feel like we're not pretty. We'll feel great about ourselves, and one guy will look at us and we'll feel like we're ugly. And men always do that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so she's walking down the street, minding her own business. She's wearing her summer dress, her curly hair, and she sees Patrick on the street. It's been over 3 days now. He still hasn't called her. She sees him talking to another guy, so she goes up there to say hi to him, and he kind of like blows her off, like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm busy right now, Carrie. I'm kind of in the middle of something. I can't really talk, And she's like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry I bothered you. Blah, blah, blah. She starts walking away, and then he chases her this time. And he explains to her, he's like, hey, listen, I'm sorry about that. You just caught me at a bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean you were talking to your boyfriend over there. He's like, well, I'm not gay. Well, you could have fooled me, but I'm not gay. Oh, well, I don't know. He's like, no, I'm an alcoholic. Okay. And I was talking to my sponsor out there, and like a meeting's about to start, and that's why I was out there. Like, okay, alcoholic. Okay, so he's in AA. Okay, Alcoholics Anonymous. All right. I do know a lot about that organization. Like I said before in other videos, I have family members, people close to me that have been, in recovery. So I know a lot about that, okay? And it's called Alcoholics Anonymous for a reason, okay? Because you're an alcoholic, one, and because you're anonymous, which means you don't tell people about it because it's not their fucking business, okay? So the fact that he's going out there telling women I'm an alcoholic, that's not fucking something you do, okay? That's not something you do. But I guess on this show they do that. So, okay. So he says he talked to his sponsor. His sponsor said it wasn't a good idea until he'd been sober for a year. And he said, well, in 2 weeks it'll be a year that I've been sober, and then my sponsor says I can start dating again. Well, that's not how sponsorship works. Actually, everything is just suggestions. Okay, everything is just guides to progress. It's not like set list of rules that you have to go by. Ultimately, the person in recovery makes his own decisions about what he's going to do with his life. Okay, so he doesn't have to not date. I mean, what happens if you're an alcoholic and you're married? Does that mean you have to get a divorce until you hit a year? No, of course not. Okay, so it's up to the discretion of the person, But the sponsor recommended he not date. If he recommends he does, he can. Just because he dates doesn't mean he's going to drink again. All right, but he said that's the reason he didn't call her. But he wants to see her now. Okay, so they decide to go on a date finally. Okay, and Carrie's like, we're all in. And Carrie decides, oh, well, you know what? Should I date an alcoholic? Well, you know what? In some way, all of us are in recovery about something, where, and she's thinking about big, of course. She's still in recovery from her last serious relationship. She's had sex with other guys since then, but she's still like missing her ex-boyfriend, big, because he's big. All right. So they decide to go on a date, and they do go on a date. And the first date, they walk back to her place, her brownstone, and she tries to kiss him. He walks away. Second date, they're talking a little bit more on the stairs. He's like, oh God, that smell, what is it? And she's like, me. And they're about to kiss and he walks away. So Carrie's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you walking away? I want to fuck you. And she's like, I know you want to fuck me too. You know how I know? Because I felt your heart on. So she goes back up to her place, unsatisfied. Okay, finally the third date, she wants more than a handful of fucking Reese's Pieces. Whatever the fuck that means. Okay, so she says fuck it. She makes the first move. She fucking makes a pass at him. She kisses him. He doesn't let him turn away or walk away. She grabs him and kisses him. Okay, and they decide to go upstairs. And he tells her the truth. He's like, hey, listen, I'm kind of scared to have sex with you. I've never had sex sober. I've never had sex in my life. So now this guy looks like he's 30-something years old, okay? The idea that he's never had sex sober is bullshit, okay? No. You can't have sex all the time drunk, okay? There's no such thing, all right? You can have sex drunk, yes, but you can also have sex sober, okay? And usually you start off having sex sober, and then later on you can have it drunk, okay? But don't be bullshit, oh, I've never had sex. Okay, never's a fucking long time, all right? Never had sex, okay, sober. Bullshit right there. But he says that's the reason he's anxious to sleep with her. But they go up there, okay, and of course they cue the music, Diana Ross, sweetest hangover, I got the sweetest hangover, I don't want to get over, sweetest hangover. Okay, never mind. All right. Yeah. She did not discover the Jackson 5, by the way. She didn't. All right. All right, so anyway, so you hear that song and they fuck, all right? Okay, and dude, he's fucking going to town, man. He's like, oh God, oh my God, oh my God, oh, it's so good, oh. Like, damn, dude, shut the fuck up. You know, oh my God, it's so fucking amazing. He's got that look. He's got that look on his face, like post-coital look, you know, where he's like, oh. No, I don't know. But that's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. Okay. So, you know, he's there and he's talking about how great it is. Oh my God, do other people know about your pussy? Because it's great. And Carrie's a little embarrassed here, you know. And he just fucking, he goes to town. He goes with it. He goes with it. He fucking does the Tom Cruise, okay? He jumps, oh my God, your pussy's so great. Your pussy's so great. Your pussy's so great. Oh my God, dude, I fucking came. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. If I was a woman and I saw that, I'd kick him out of the fucking, get the fuck out of here, man. Dude, like, I lost my virginity, okay? When I was, 16? And I remember it was such a mind-blowing experience for me. Like, I knew in my mind, in my heart, I knew that I had turned a corner in life. All right? Like, I knew it. And I'll tell you, it was one of the biggest highs that I ever had in my life. I mean, I think the next 3 days, I just felt like a fucking king, okay? And I did not act like this fucker, okay? I was nowhere near like him. I wasn't jumping up in bed and screaming at the top of my lungs, okay? I wasn't doing any of that shit. So yeah, this is just some badly written bullshit here, okay? Even if this was true, he wouldn't act this way about it, all right? Christ, man. It's just fucking sex, dude. Anyway, so, you know, he's like, you're the best. You're the best sex I ever had, whatever. Because the Carrie's ego's all the way up here now. And they're smoking like fucking crazy. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. You know? Okay, I'm guilty of that. All right, so later on, she has lunch with the girls, and she orders a lot of food. And they're asking her, why are you so hungry? She's like, oh, my God, I'm starving. Okay? He's like, me and Patrick were just fucking doing it for hours and hours and hours, you know? Like, her pussy needs a wheelchair. Of course, and you know, and Charlotte's like, oh, that's okay. You can talk about it. I know I'm bad in bed. It's okay. Don't worry about me. I'm good at other things. I just realized now that I'm going to need some help on this thing. That's all. So I signed us up for a tantric sex session. All of us. We're all going. It's called How Do You Please Your Man? So she's going for some outside help, okay? Because her dude fell asleep on her. And Miranda's like, oh, I know how to please a man. Just give up your power. Yeah, is that why you're alone, Miranda? Because that's your tactic? You know, no, that's not how to please a man. Giving up your power is not how to please a fucking man, okay? Just treat him the way you want to be treated. That's all. That's all you got to do. It's not difficult, you know? You know, do you want to treat him like a worthless piece of shit bitch? Well, how do you think he's going to treat you? Exactly. So maybe don't do that. That's not called giving up power. That's called being a decent person. Anyway, what the fuck do I know, right? It's Miranda after all. Okay, so that's going on here. Of course, you know, Samantha's like, oh, I could teach that class. I could teach that instructor a thing or two. Yeah, right. You know, so anyway... So like I said, Charlotte says she signed up everybody for the class without asking them. Okay, and like I said, the class is called How to Please a Man. Okay, and Miranda finally says, okay, fine, I'll go. I don't exactly have men hanging from the rafters. No, you don't, do you? No, you don't. I wonder why, Miranda. I wonder why. Okay, moving right along, Samantha decides that she finally goes to the gay guys. Their names are David and David. I guess they're a married couple or some shit. So she's kind of having second thoughts. She's getting ready to fuck both of them. She's kind of having second thoughts, but then she's like, okay. So she goes over there and she wants to talk to them first. But then she sees them in their underwear. You know, they're both looking at her. You know, like two fucking dogs in heat. And they're like, oh my God, she looks just like Jean Harlow did in Red Dust. Like, what the fuck? No, she doesn't. Oh, for Christ's sake, man. Like, what's with these fucking red? Well, why is it that like if you're gay, you automatically know who old school Hollywood actresses are? Okay, Jean Harlow died when she was 24. Okay, Samantha's like what, 41, 42? Come on, she looks nothing like Jean Harlow. Okay, and I'm a straight guy, and I'm telling you that. It just bothers me, you know. Like you don't have to be gay to know about classic Hollywood. All right, I know about classic Hollywood. All right, I never saw Red Dust though. But anyway, moving right along. So Samantha looks at them, you know, the two gay guys there, just like getting ready. You know, they're both wearing the same fucking briefs, you know. And she's like, oh, what the hell? So she jumps on and they all get on it, okay? Now, here's the part where I got bullshit, okay? Both these guys, they're kissing her, right? And then they're both sucking her tits, all right? Now, well, each one's got a nipple in their mouth, all right? But she's got her clothes on. Like, she's still wearing her lingerie. She's still wearing her nightie. Okay, who the fuck sucks titties through the nightie? You take the nightie off, and then you suck the titties, okay? Old school style. I guess they're not doing that because that would be disgusting, right? I guess you can't show that on HBO. You can show two gay guys on top of a girl sucking titties, but she's got to be wearing clothes over the titties. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? And then they start going to the real place, okay? They start working their way down. You know what? I can't do this. No, it's gross. Yeah, you know what? Let's nah. I'm sorry, Samantha. I know we promised you, but nah, we can't do this. Let's go get some gelato, huh? Gelato? Yeah, okay. Or some cheesecake. Yeah, whatever. Let's get the fuck out of here. Bye. Okay. And Samantha's like, well, what did you expect? Okay, you don't try to fuck two gay guys. Like, what the fuck do you think was gonna happen? Okay. There's a reason they're gay. It's not because they can't get women. It's because they don't want to. Okay? Because they're disgusted by the badge. You know? They don't like it. They don't like it. It disgusts them. You know, I remember this gay friend I had in Chicago. And, he was a flamer. He was a flamer. And I remember talking to him once, you know, I think he got mad at me because I was kind of like making fun of him. It's like he told me to cut it out, so I did. But we were talking, and I asked him, I was like, well, have you ever even been with a woman? Have you ever even like tried to be with a woman, you know? He said, yeah. In fact, I have a son. He's like, you do? He's like, yeah, well, why didn't you stay with her? Or why did you like, you know, go off the plantation? Like, why? What, you didn't like it? And he's like, no, I didn't like it. I was like, what? Okay. Well, see, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. You know, hey, I guess it you know, hey, everyone's got their own thing, all right? And I just, you know, you got two gay guys that want to try having sex with a woman at the same time. There's like a bunch of different things going on here. Okay, different levels of this, right? I don't know why Samantha thought it would work, you know, but, you know, the fact that her feelings are hurt over this is what bothers me. Her feelings are hurt. Okay, but I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Okay. Okay, and I will say this, the part where the two guys kiss each other, I close my eyes. I always do that. Whenever I see two guys about to kiss each other, I always close my eyes. I can't watch it. It grosses me out. I'm sorry, it does. That's just me. It grosses me out. Anyway, moving right along. Patrick's in bed with Carrie. He wants to fuck her again. You know, he's like, oh no. She's like, I gotta go right now. And he's like, no, come back to bed. Oh, come on, I want to do some more. Come on, I want some more. Let's go. Come on, do some more. No, don't go, don't leave. Oh, come on, get your ass back over here. Get it back over here. We ain't done yet. You know? She's like, no, I gotta go. Oh, get your hot ass over here right now. Right now. But she leaves. Now, is this realistic? I know that's what you're asking me. Is this realistic? What do you think? Of course it is. I've been guilty of it. That part was pretty real. Yeah. Hey, I've been guilty of it. Yeah. All right. Anyway, moving right along. They go to their class, a tantric sex class. I guess it's some old Russian lady, I think, and she's having her class in her bedroom. in her apartment. Okay, it's just this old fat Russian lady. She's talking about the virtues of tantric sex. Once you go tantric, you never go back. Well, that's actually not the phrase that I heard, but okay, go ahead. And the women are all there. And of course, Charlotte's there with her notebook and her glasses on, and she's ready to take notes on everything that's going on, And there's talking about how, of course, the girls are making jokes and shit, Carrie's talking to Samantha in the couch. They're all sitting on the same couch together. Carrie's telling Samantha, like, hey, you know what? This guy, I think he's addicted to me. I think Patrick's addicted to me. He wants to fuck all the time. And Samantha's like, well, at least he wants to fuck you. They didn't walk out on you like they did on me. And Brandon's like, hey, the reason they didn't fuck you was because you didn't have a dick, okay? And Charlotte's like, shut up. Will you both shut up? Okay? You might learn something. He's like, if this is such an important course, then why is she teaching this class in her fucking apartment? Hey, man. To each his own, right? Okay, so okay. So Samantha's there. They're all talking. The instructor, the Russian lady. I don't know her name. She tells them to shut up. Okay, and she tells them that tantric sex is tantric sex is not about talking. It's about action, delayed action. Now, let me introduce you my husband and my partner, Mr. Ronnie Shapiro. When he shows up, he's this old fucking man. He's got a robe on. Just stands there. And he will be the receiver. So he immediately takes his shit off. Of course, he's fucking buck-ass naked underneath, He's just showing, they're all looking at his fucking dick, and he's not even in shape. He's got like some flab on him, man. He's like this old guy, dude. Like, what the fuck, man? This is just gross. Like, why would you do this, man? Like, really? Like, at your age, like, shouldn't you be like, why are you displaying your body like this? This is like, come on, man. I don't want to see this shit. I know you women don't want to see this shit, But, so of course Miranda's like, hey, you stopped writing, Charlotte. Okay, so anyway, he's fucking this old man, this old flabby, out of shape man is buck ass naked. He gets on his fucking back and lays down. And for the next hour and a half, this Russian lady is teaching them how to give the best hand job. I mean, what the fuck? Really? You call that tantric sex? I mean, she's just fucking giving him a hand job. I mean, I don't, hey, ladies, I'm sorry. I don't care how good you think you are with the hand job thing, okay? You're never going to be as good as the original person, okay? As the person whose hand it belongs to, okay? You're never going to be as good as that, all right? Sorry, that's never going to happen, okay? So, I mean, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of fucking money. She's just basically jerking him off. The only thing that's interesting here in this fucking tantric sex class, okay, is that she teaches them where the perineum is, okay? She calls it the root chakra. The root chakra, okay, which I guess is the space that if you ever watched Jackass the movie, it's called the gooch, okay? It's the same place, all right? It's the space between the penis and the ass, okay? And she shows her basically how to stick your finger up his ass, and massage the fucking prostate, okay? And of course, Miranda calls, I call that not without an engagement ring. You're right. Yeah, the finger of love, right? Yeah, this ain't gonna be the first time, is it, Miranda? And definitely not the last. But anyway, moving right along. So she's teaching him basically how to fucking stick your finger up his fucking ass and massage his prostate until he fucking jerks off. And of course he jerks, yeah, and he jerks off on Miranda's face. Yeah, fun, right? Okay, so I guess they learned something, right? And actually, Charlotte uses that practice later on with Bram, the doctor that fell asleep on her. She used it. He's like, oh, God, Charlotte, this is so great. You're the best in the world. Ah! Charlotte's just like, just churning that butter. Okay, so that happens. That ends her arc. Patrick and Carrie go on a date again. He confesses to Carrie that he's in love with her. You don't understand? I know I'm in love with you. She's like, no, you're not. You're just in love with not drinking and hanging out with me not drinking. No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm in love with you. It's only been a week and a half, Patrick. It doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. I'm in love with you. Can't you see I love you? I just love you. I love you so much. God damn it, dude. You sound like fucking Kit Harington in the fucking Eternals, man. Shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, you told her already. He's like, I don't want to play games. I want to own my feelings. I love you. Carrie's basically telling him to shut the fuck up. And I'm flattered. Just get the fuck out of my life. I'll see you next week. Let's just take some time away from each other, you know. We're spending too much time with each other anyway. I'll see you in a week. You know, we can see each other. Hey, you're breaking up with me. No. I just said, I'll see you in a week, okay? What am I supposed to do till then? What am I going to do? Go to a fucking meeting, okay? Go to a fucking meeting and just, you know, hang out, you know, spend some time doing your own shit, and I'll see you next week. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah. So he's a crybaby. So he leaves, upset, dejected. What do you call it? Blah, blah, blah. Miranda is in bed reading in her new sheets. And she's got a shitload of fucking tissue paper there. And she keeps wiping her face over and over again as she's reading. Why is she doing that? I guess it has something to do with getting cum all over her fucking face and hair. And she's like traumatized by it. So she just keeps rubbing her hair and her face over and over again with different sheets of tissue paper. Whatever the fuck that means. Meanwhile, Carrie's in bed trying to get some sleep, and she hears fucking Patrick outside. Now, she's like on the 3rd floor, and he's screaming from the street level, Carrie! Carrie! And of course, he's drunk out of his fucking ass. Okay, he relapsed. He's shit-faced drunk. Okay, he starts screaming up there in her way, you bitch! I love you, and you didn't love me! You made me date you and now I'm drunk. I don't care. I love you. I love you. I love you. Make love to me, Gary. And he starts taking his shit off. Yeah, he strips down. He strips down to fucking buck ass. He strips down to his shoes, all right? He's buck ass naked walking around the middle of the street. People are threatening to call the cops. Carrie throws him something to cover himself, but I don't think he accepts it. He just leaves it there on the floor. He gets shit-faced drunk and, you know, walks away. Of course, that means, you know, that's a death sentence on this show. He ain't ever coming back, you know. And he's just screaming down the street, and Carrie's like, hey, am I really that good in sex? No, you're not, Carrie, okay? This guy had a lot of issues before he met you, okay? This guy's a fucking chronic alcoholic, all right? Which means that he's so used to getting his own way. Now, the reason I call bullshit is because there is some reality as far as like substituting one addiction for another. You stop one addiction, you substitute with something else. But just because you do that doesn't mean you substitute with something negative, okay? Being codependent on somebody, being attached to someone like that, like he is with her, is not an adequate substitute for drinking, okay? They have almost no correlation. So what they're supposed to substitute with is something positive, like work out more, or spend more time on your music, or spend more time doing something positive, something that you love to do. Okay, not necessarily sex. Okay, sex is just a convenient thing, but it's not something that, you know, that gives meaning to your life. Okay, when you have an addiction, all right, because it involves another person. All right, it's not just about you. Okay, so the fact that he would be codependent on Carrie afterwards, maybe, but I don't think he would act this way. I don't think he'd get shit-faced drunk. This is probably something he would text her, you know, a drunk text or something. But, you know, get drunk, relapsing to take your shit off the street. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. I know alcoholics have done that before, but their first time getting drunk doing that, I don't know. But anyway, that was my review for this episode. It was episode 16 of season 2, and I'll be back on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hi, Megan. Hope the laundry's going good.